Prunex one is a herbal tea with a laxative effect, with a light laxative effect, and it is part of the base um, system of our FUXION products. As I had mentioned, a good food is also part of a good nutrition, and it is also important for the performance of all of our physiological functions, including the appropriate functioning of our defense system, our immune system. This product, I can guarantee you that it has 100% natural flavor. It goes among ras- um, raspberry, and I use it as to improve the flavor of other products that I don't like much. But this product is amazing. Just to tell you, Mocha tea has a flavor that I like it, but I don't like it much. So I add a little bit, half of spoon of Prunex one to local tea, and that way I can give it a better flavor. I would say it is a delicious taste, a delicious flavor. Just try it. I add a little bit of this product to give a better flavor, and I do it with some other products. So this story, I'm telling it to you so that you realize that the flavor of Prunex one is a delicious flavor. What can I mention to you about the components of Prunex one? As you all know, the Fuxion philosophy makes us only use 100% natural active ingredients. That means all active ingredients in Prunex wine come from nature. And as you all know, we are in a permanent study of the best active ingredients available out there. And that explains why Fuxion products have gone through 7 generations in their evolution. Today, we are in the seventh generation of products represented by free label products. But this makeup, this composition of our products, as I mentioned, have been changing on time because every certain time, the whole professional function team reviews the best active ingredients available and it does the necessary changes so that our consumers, our distributors, our functioners always have the best active ingredients available at that time. So much like that that coming up, I want to show you a small video, a small film where we'll see the description of some active ingredients that are considered the most important ones of natural source for the prevention and treatment of constipation. In this video, we'll watch a team of physicians and biologists who are independent, who do not work for Fuxion. They are not advisors of Fuxion. They're independent, standalone professionals who are giving opinions about several active ingredients of natural source that are very used ancestrally for the constipation control. For those, for my friends who do not speak Spanish, don't worry because you have simultaneous translation of the video. It's a short video, I promise. So coming up, let's see this short video where we'll see the explanation of the main natural active ingredients for constipation, and then we'll continue mentioning about Prunex one. So let me just go ahead and set the video here, and we'll share the screen with you. So let's please pay close attention to this video. Medical board. Very good. Let's start with the block with Lorena. We have started the program. You had also mentioned that you had brought pastas, linseed, tamarind, and algae seed. And physicians were explaining to us how they work, how these dry nuts actually work, but how can we intake them? How can we consume them? Well, let's say that one of the initial foods in this process of getting to know a bit more about Spanish the Spanish when they come to America is linseed, is grapes. These dry nuts as guindons and subsequently in distribution of tamarind. We're talking about products that are not native from our lands. This is what Doctor was mentioning in the beginning, and it's a great product that we can also use. But these products now, starting from the protein component, the mucilages or mucilages that it has, they're going to make the intestinal transit to be more fluid, right? And the not the shell that actually has fiber, the shell, and because the body is not going to be able to assimilate these shells, it's not going to be able to assimilate them or absorb them. So it's going to make the body to try to eliminate them, to excrete them through the movements of the bowel. And if it is in presence of water, then all of that is going to be excreted in a normal way, in a natural way, and it's not going to cause any pain. So it is very advisable to use these products. This product, for example, is very these raisins are very easy to consume. We can try to intake them in the morning. They already have these mucilages that help us in our movement. And how much should I take? Just a little, just four raisins in the morning. And if you prefer, in at lunchtime, you can take four raisins also before lunch, and that way to be able to help the transit of food to be normal in our bowel, in our intestine. And another product that can help us is guindons. Some people actually grab three of these in the night and they leave it there, um, being hydrated with water. And in the morning, they just go ahead and with a glass of water, they are actually going to intake these guindons. And we're talking about two things there: water plus fiber, right? Both things. Yes, right. And someone may say, okay, can I do the same thing with the raisins? Yes, sure you can, because you can hydrate them from the previous night and we could drink the water. Just water is okay. Well, let's listen to the quantities. Three guindons in the evening, and it's okay. But there are some people who actually eat half a kilogram of raisins. We need to remember that raisins have a little bit of an elevated level of sugar, so we shouldn't abuse. In that case, the best thing is to consume a bit more of guindons because guindons have the presence of less sugar compared to raisins. Raisins are more sugar rich in sugar. And then here we have linseed, which is the main component of this beverage created in our country. And linseed or flax, when we cook it, is going to produce a mucilage. It's going to produce some kind of jelly, some kind of um, that can be mixed with barley, with other ingredients, and that can be also part of a beverage that we could intake it with our food. So linseed flax is amazing in order to help us prepare our fruits, our beverages. Okay, very important. What we've seen. Why? First of all, because some natural source active ingredients are mentioned. The best ones for this um, pack. They've talked about raisins. They've talked about guindons. They've talked about algae flour. They've talked about shells of some natural food, and they've talked about the linseed and the algae flour. Considered, according to this professional team, as the best active ingredients or seaweed. What is the problem with raisins? The high content of sugar. That's the counterpart, and that actually makes them not to be that advisable in regards to their daily intake because they can help us with constipation, but at the same time, they can induce overweight. So this knowledge had been gathered years before at FUXION in our professional team, and that's why, as we always say, we use the best active ingredients. First of all, or prunes, as what they're called in English. So these prunes are a fiber-rich fruit, but besides, they have some components or some carbohydrated source. And don't get scared because they may be carbohydrates, but the intake of carbohydrate is minimum. So don't worry about that. But these carbohydrates, along with fiber, stimulate at a great extent the intestinal movement. They facilitate the intestinal movement, which is key for preventing and treating constipation. When our intestine does its peristaltic movement in a regular way, in a healthy way, well, that is the way how we can avoid or we can leave a constipation picture. On the other hand, we have here psyllium or or psyllium. Psyllium is actually this fiber that we get from a plant from from plantago seed, and this seed precisely have this kind of fiber. You see that they contribute 10 times more soluble fiber than oat bran. And besides, it helps reduce flatulence and abdominal bloating. So this psyllium is some kind of very common fiber used for um, ir- irritable colon. So it's very important for the prevention of constipation. Now to your left we have kelp. What is kelp? Is an algae. Remember that in the video they mentioned the seaweed meal. Well, kelp is some kind of um, seaweed meal rich in vitamins, minerals, and mucilage. This mucilage is important to induce intestinal evacuations. And finally, to your right hand side, in the formula of a product, you'll be able to find more ingredients. But what we have seen in the video, we have the linseed mucilage. As what you mentioned, or as what it was mentioned, it produces some kind of algae that facilitates a proper rhythm, a healthy rhythm of intestinal evacuations. So you see, the four most important natural source active ingredients, according to experts, as the most important ones, they're included in the Prunex one formula, and that is the reason why Fuxion has created this product. As what my colleague was saying, Dr. Cabrera said we could take three prunes and put them in a glass to hydrate in the evening and to drink it in the following day, or to put some um, raisins and to put the seaweed meal. And of course, in order for you to get a seaweed meal, you need to go to the market and then try to grind it and so on and so forth. What we do at Fuxion through biotechnology is to provide you with all these natural active ingredients already concentrated and stabilized and ready for its consumption, even combined in appropriate conditions in order to give you the maximum effectiveness. So I think after watching the video and after analyzing the makeup of product, the conclusion for all of us is that Prunex One is the best natural formula. And I'm saying it just in capital letters. Prunex One is the best natural choice for the prevention and treatment of constipation. It's not just my opinion, but as what we've seen, it is the opinion of many experts in the health arena.